Hi guys, Nicole Scott from Mobile Geeks here, and I'm joined with Don Dahlmann. Don, how you doing?
Hello Nicole, I'm doing fine. How are you?
Well, we have our hot hand on a very hot car here.
Yeah, and it's a brand new car from Audi. It's the Audi Q4. They don't have a Q4 before. You had the Q3, Q5, Q7, Q8, but this is completely new, and it's built up, of course, on the new MEB platform from Volkswagen.
So it is an Etron Q4, meaning it is all electric. And one of the things that I like about it is that it has gorgeous lights on the front. I mean, it's battery powered, but like right now, I just keep on seeing out of the corner of my eye. This is the first time they're having these really cool customizable day running lights. So I think there's about 4 different patterns that they go through, and I really like the way that they look like eyes.
Exactly. So this is like, they put a lot of effort into the new car. I mean, this is a car that should sell around 40, 45K when it's on the market. Depends, of course, on the trim line, etc. But it's around 40K before you get the subsidized. So they did a lot of new technology into it. They have a new battery pack. I think you have 2 choices between 52 kilowatt and 77
kilowatt.
The 52 does 350 kilometers range. The 77 does over 500. And this is, I think, totally sufficient.
And this is sort of the one to get. So there's 3 different versions. And so I think it's the Etron Q4 40, which has the 77 kilowatt battery, and that goes over 500 kilometers. And it has slightly more output, I think at 150 kilowatts, meaning it's got a bit more power.
Yeah. They also revamped the MMI, so the infotainment system that Audi has traditionally in their car. We will have a look on that, or you can have a look, I think, on that already on our video section.
There'll be like a video somewhere around here. And it will also look at the heads-up display.
Oh yeah.
Right, because this is one of the things that we really got excited about for this car, and one of the main reasons we wanted to dive in and do a detailed video on it is that it's one of the first to come with this augmented reality heads-up display.
Yeah, check out this video. It's really cool to see how the head-up display works and what kind of information you can see on your head-up display. It's really cool. Other things that they worked on the aerodynamics.
Yes, the drag coefficient is, I'm bad at numbers, Don, what was it,
It's 0.28 for the normal version, and for the coupe version it's 0.26. So it's fairly low, which means, of course, you're saving energy.
I mean, and the cool thing about this is the drag coefficient is incredibly important for electric cars because this increases the range. I mean, down here on the front, they have the pre-spoiler and then the spoiler. I think the back one with the aerodynamics over here, that's 14 kilometers of range, which is huge. The little turbo on the side adds 2 kilometers. I mean, all of these little things really add up when you're looking at electric cars. It's really important that the car has an aerodynamic design, so it's not just sporty and looking good, it's sporty and functional, which is more important to me.
And you see, the car has a fairly short hood. So it's a bit like compared to other cars that you're used to, it's a bit shorter, but of course it's an electric car. But that means you can move a bit more space into the interior, and there's a lot of space.
Yeah, and they have this nice cloud floating design, which they've implemented within the first e-tron, where there was kind of a space in the center column, and now the front is sort of just hovering there.
Yeah, it's hovering like the whole part, the whole mid. You have to see it. You're going to see it in the video, but the whole mid part is hovering in the middle, and it looks. You have to get used to it, I have to say. For me, it was a bit like okay, but after you get used to it, it makes also sense because you have also space down there. It's not cluttering. You can charge your phone, of course. It has USB-C everywhere.
And the thing that I liked the most about this interior is that there was a lot of touch panels.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, this is something that intuitively when you drive, you kind of feel for touch, right?
Yeah.
And feeling buttons, and the fact that they've integrated so many different touch areas that work, right? So there's a tiny little dial to do volume, which you can definitely use without needing to look over, right? It's circular and the volume goes up, the volume goes down, and there's 4 different directions, so buttons you can remember exactly what's going on. So with this cute circular touch panel, it's not as if you need to look at it. And then the touch panels on the steering wheel itself, I think are really quite elegant, even though they're shiny. I'm not a big fan of shiny plastic. It's not my favorite, but I do like the touch panels on the steering wheel.
Yeah, they work well. I tried them out, and especially if you change the views in the digital dashboard, really works quick and very responsive. It's really good. So Audi did put a lot of effort in this car, of course, because it has to be like also a good seller for the car company. It's important.
Well, you were telling me that the Q4 is, or the 4 Series is traditionally one of Audi's big sellers.
Yeah. Yeah,
Why?
it's the A4, for example. It's mostly cars that go into fleets. So fleet management is something that you're looking for. But the Q series, I think, has more bias from the private side. And it's like in the middle. You know, the Q3 for some people seems to be a little bit too small. The Q5 is a huge car. Yeah. So the Q4 fits in together. And the thing is, like, the Q4 has the same, like literally the same size in the interior than the Q5. So you can get both. Like, you can get a Q5 interior in a little bit more smaller, compact version.
So that was a look at the Audi Etron Q4, a car that I'm definitely excited about. Don, what was your favorite?
Oh, there's actually a lot.
There's
I like
a lot.
the lights. This is one. It's like the first thing you see of a car is the front light. So that was one thing. The other thing, I like the augmented reality HUD display, which is really, really cool, and you see a lot of stuff. And it's also like adding a lot of safety to it. And I like part of the interior, especially where the MMI and the big, I think 11.7 inch display is there, where you can also use like all the features from the MMI. So there's a lot of to see. And I think the price is right.
Yeah, definitely. And one of the things that I definitely liked about this is that we found out that there was a Samsung Exynos powering the infotainment system. Yeah. So really be sure to check out our detailed walkthrough of the heads-up display. There's so much cool technology packed into that, and overall with the car in general. So thanks so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments, because this is us standing in front of the car. I mean, eventually we're going to drive it, and we're going to want to know what you guys want to know.
So ask us your question in your comments, write us a mail, or write us a letter if you want to do that, like old-fashioned way. But this is it for this time. Thanks very much for watching. Be sure to check out our other videos, follow, leave a comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do, and see you next time. Bye.
Tschüss.